Hey guys, welcome back. Did you know that some coins are worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars? If you have one of these in your collection, you could be sitting on big money. Let's dive into the top 3 rarest and most valuable coins that could make you rich. What if I told you there's a 1960 for Lincoln Penny so rare, so mysterious, and so valuable that fewer than a dozen are known to exist? A penny you could mistake for an ordinary cent unless you knew what to look for. A penny that doesn't just sell for hundreds or thousands, but has sold for $20,000, $35,000, even over $50,000. The historical context: the year 1964 was a whirlwind at the U.S. Mint. The country was facing a coin shortage. Silver was being hoarded, vending machines weren't getting the coins they needed, and Congress was pressuring the mint to solve the problem. But here's the twist: no official SMS sets were released in 1964. Yet somehow, a small number of 1960 for Lincoln cents with SMS characteristics slipped out into the world. What exactly is a 1964 SMS penny? The 1964 SMS penny is not your ordinary coin. These pennies were struck using special dies with an unusual level of care. They are sharply struck with frosty, satin-like surfaces, have a smooth, squared-off rim unlike regular 1960 for cents, lack the typical coinage flaws or signs of mass production, show strong detail on Lincoln's bust, beard, and coat, often have an unusually strong strike on the reverse as well. Auction sales, real prices, real fortunes. Heritage Auctions 2019, a PCGS SP68, RD 1964 SMS Lincoln Penny sold for a whopping $31,200. Stack's Bowers 2021, another example in stunning condition, brought $18,600. Legend Rare Coin Auctions 2022, one sold for $54,625 in SP68 RD, currently one of the highest known sales. These aren't just high-end collector's coins. These are grail pieces, and they're still being hunted to this day. How to tell if you have a 1964 SMS penny? Satin finish. Unlike the shiny mirror-like proof, SMS coins have a soft, satiny glow. Sharp strike, strong definition in Lincoln's hair, jawline, and coat lapel. Square rim, crisp edge, unlike business strike coins with a more rounded appearance. No mint mark. Like all 1960 for cents, there's no D or S on the coin. No contact marks. These coins are unusually clean for their era, often showing only minimal bag marks or scratches. If your 1960 for penny shows all of these features, you could be looking at an ultra-rare SMS specimen, and you should send it to PCGS or NGC immediately for verification. Why values keep rising? Extremely low population. Less than 20 known examples. Unexplained origin. The mystery makes them irresistible to collectors. Historical significance. Bridge between proof coins and the SMS era. Demand outpacing supply. Every time one sells, it sets a new record. These factors combine to make the 1964 SMS Lincoln cent one of the most valuable modern U.S. coins ever discovered. What if I told you that a small, ordinary-looking coin from 1971 could secretly be worth a jaw-dropping £1,000, £10,000, or even £50,000 or more? A coin that could be lying forgotten in a drawer, in your change jar, or tucked into an old wallet, unknowingly holding a fortune in your hands. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing mysteries of British coinage, the 1971 era UK Elizabeth II new pence coin, a tiny treasure with the power to change your life if you spot the right one. This is not just pocket change. The historical 100 new pence to the pound. To mark this shift, the Royal Mint introduced new coins, halfpence, 1 penny, 2 pence, and so on. The 1971 error coins. So what kind of errors are we talking about? The most sought-after 1971 to P error coins are mule errors. Value, £50,000, due to their legendary status and absolute rarity. Double strikes and misaligned dies. Value, £1,000, £5,000, depending on severity and condition. Off-center strikes. Value, £500 and £3,000, depending on how off-center the design is. Planchette errors. Value, £2,000, £10,000, possibly more if the error is dramatic and authenticated. Real sales auction records. Double struck to P coin. In 2022, a verified double-struck 1971 to be coin in high-grade condition was sold at auction for £2,400. The doubling was clear and dramatic, especially on the new Pence inscription and Queen Elizabeth II's profile. Off-metal strike. A 1971 to be coin discovered in a private collection was found to have been struck on a 1p blank, confirmed by its weight and metal analysis. After grading and certification, it was listed and sold on the collector's market for £6,750, rumored mule error unconfirmed. In collector circles, there are whispers of a mule error with the obverse of the 1971 to P paired with a reverse of a prototype or pre-release design. While no sales have been confirmed, numismatic experts estimate such a coin could sell for £50,000 or more. Due to its extreme rarity and demand, how to identify valuable 1971 to P coin? Want to know if you might have one of these gems sitting in your house? Here's what to look for. Date, 1971. Inscriptions, ensure it says New Pence. This was correct for 1971. But mismatched inscriptions in other years like the 1983 New Pence error also command high prices. Weight, should be approximately 7.12 grams. Anything noticeably heavier or lighter may indicate an error. Striking issues, look for double or ghosted images, off-center designs, weird color or metal tone, blurry or misplaced lettering. Mint anomalies, if anything looks seriously out of place and it's not post-mint damage, it might be an error coin worth examining. Authentication and grading, if you think you found an unusual 1971 to P coin, do not clean it. Cleaning can ruin its value. Here's what to do instead. Weigh the coin. Compare it with a normal to P from the same year. Take it to a coin expert or a reputable coin dealer. Submit it for grading to trusted companies like NGC Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service. A certified, graded error coin fetches significantly more at auction. How to write about the 1971 UK Elizabeth II to New Pence coin. Introduction. Introduce the coin in a way that excites the reader or viewer. Hidden in plain sight. The 1971 UK to New Pence coin is more than just a small piece of copper, it's a doorway into the birth of Britain's decimal currency. While many of these coins are common, some carry intriguing stories, rare errors, and surprising value. Provide historical context. Explain the coin's origin and significance. The UK officially adopted decimal currency on the 15th of February 1971. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could be worth not just a few dollars, but potentially thousands or even millions. Yes, you heard that right. That ordinary-looking 1976 Bicentennial Quarter in your pocket change might just be the hidden treasure you've been dreaming about. So before you toss it into a vending machine or hand it over at the store, stop and watch this video until the very end. What we're about to reveal might just change your life forever. We're diving deep into the history, mystery, and money behind the 1976 Bicentennial Quarter. Let's uncover the secrets of this iconic American coin that's turning heads in the collector world. Rare and expensive Bicentennial Quarter varieties. Let's talk money. While the average Bicentennial Quarter might only be worth 25 cents, certain varieties and errors have skyrocketed in value. Here are the key examples that collectors dream of. Double die obverse DDO, one of the most popular and sought-after errors. Look closely at the word Liberty or In God We Trust. If the letters appear doubled, you may have a double die error. These quarters can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on the strength and clarity of the doubling. Off-center strikes. A quarter struck off-center, especially 10% or more, becomes a serious collector's piece. If key design elements like Washington's face or the date are partially missing, you could be looking at a coin worth $500 to $2,500 or more, depending on the degree of the mistrike. Wrong planchette errors. Some 1976 quarters were accidentally struck on dime or foreign coin plankets. These errors are incredibly rare. A Bicentennial Quarter struck on a nickel planchette or clad dime planchette could be worth $5,000 $15,000, especially if the error is clear and authenticated. Silver Bicentennial Quarter 40% silver. These were never released into circulation and were sold in collector's sets. If you have one in pristine condition, especially a deep cameo proof, you could fetch $100 to $1,000, depending on condition and demand. High-grade specimens MS67 and up. While circulated quarters are common, uncirculated quarters graded MS67 or higher are incredibly scarce. Auction prices for top-graded quarters have reached $3,000 to $10,000 plus. A PCG SMS 68 specimen has sold for over $19,000 at auction. The million-dollar mystery, the missing edge silver prototype. Whispers among collectors speak of prototype bicentennial quarters that never made it to full circulation, experimental coins, potentially struck in 90% silver, with unique die marks or edge variations. A few have surfaced in private collections and coin shows. Value estimated, $100,000 to $1 million, if authenticated and verified. Sales and auction records, proof of real value. Still not convinced these quarters are valuable. Let's look at actual sales and auction records. PCGS MS6819760 Bicentennial Quarter. Sold for $19,000 to $100 in a 2019 Heritage Auction sale. 1976S Silverproof Bicentennial Quarter, Pier 7 ODCAM. Sold for $2,760 at auction. Error Bicentennial Quarter struck on a nickel planchette. Sold for $8,400. Double die obverse Bicentennial Quarter, depending on grade and doubling clarity, has fetched between $500 and $3,000. Off-center strike Bicentennial Quarter, 30% off-center, brought to $1,100 in a private sale. These aren't estimates, they are real prices paid by real collectors, proving that the right Bicentennial Quarter can absolutely be worth a fortune. The rarest of the rare, the $1 million Bicentennial Quarter. You might be wondering, can a Bicentennial Quarter really be worth $1 million?